For some car foundries, living the dream sometimes means working on your own restoration project. A classic vintage motor club in Rustenburg is doing just that. Nqobile Madlala paid them a visit to get an idea of what they produce in the Northwest.
That's how we formed what we call the Rustenburg Super Classics. It's a club with a constitution. We have monthly meetings. COVID has taught us now that we must go virtual.
20% original, everything original. Aircon, power steering, same engine, same key, original key, everything. Original, completely, everything. Leather seat, everything is original. Carpet, everything, still original.
I bought my first car in 2011. I was driving around Sport. Then on my passing, I saw something that I really treasured in my life. I loved that car from the childhood. Then I decided to go in, then I negotiated with the owner. It was a wow.
A dream like no other for the members of the Rustenburg Supercar Classic Motor Club. They get to drive around in their dream cars. Their classic collection is inspired by what they grew up seeing. You've probably seen them if you're from Rustenburg, but if you haven't, well, meet the club members. What do they specialize in? All kinds of classics. You just choose your poison. Well, project in this case. Starting with Franz Star Vilagazi, who owns, among others, a V8 Constantia DeVille, the Yellow Bone.
The yellow car you see outside, which is a Constantia DeVille, I got it from a friend of mine. It's a Cape Town-based car. He bought it from Cape Town. He drove it from Cape Town to Brett's. He called me up. I went and saw the car. It was beautiful. He kept it in his garage for about a year. And a year later, which is like 4.5 years back, he called me up when my cars had broken down and I didn't have a vintage. And he knew I would go insane if I wasn't driving a vintage car. Called me up and said, my friend, come and take, we used to call it the Yellow Bone that time. Come and take the Yellow Bone for the weekend. And if you like it, keep it and let's talk. I must say, a very good friend of mine.
Also a good salesman, you say.
Well, he doesn't sell. He collects, doesn't sell. I'm the only one who had an opportunity, for him. He gives out, at prices that you can't even imagine. So I went and took the car, drove it for the weekend. It wasn't like this. Then, I like individualizing my cars. So I do something that would reflect me. So I did the interior.
While there's so much time that goes into customizing these babies, just as much time is invested in the brotherhood.
There's a business exchange, there's brotherhood. There's a lot of talks of guys talking about the toys. So also it keeps you in another direction of life. Because especially when you have already passed the 40s and looking into the 50s, I think it's time to reflect and to look at what is your wishes. And the best wishes is to drive the world cars.
And while you dress the parts as well. So you guys, do you also look for the clothing? Do you look for it specifically in a certain place?
Yeah, we do. We actually, it's actually amazing that you asked that. I think around 2014, I did a tour in the States. And most of the clothing that we wear are clothes that were used by actors in the States. But wow. People that collect cars in the States, some of them, I think it's paranoia or something. They think we still ride on elephants in Africa. When you show them that we've got these cars and we show them the pictures of what we dress up to, they're like, wow, you guys dress the part. They wear jeans and whatever, but we pushed it to the core. Like dress up the old 60s way. And we've actually started a movement called Kofifi, where we dress up old school, we play only old school music, we hook up with old school cars. So everything is old school. It's like a big shebeen. There's no VIP, there's nothing, but we have pure fun. And we change, like every 2 hours, we change outfits.
2 hours.
Maybe 2 hours. We can.
I don't want to go into you gentlemen's wardrobe.
But what I did want to do was feast my eyes on these beauties and even take a ride in one of them. But, like every other club, there's room for those also starting up.
I'm not long in this. I only started collecting in 2019. In 2019, that is why I still have only one car to show off.
What have you started with?
A Chef 4.1.
Tell me a bit about the car.
It's a very beautiful car, reliable. It's a straight 6 engine. In the olden days, it was used mainly by the SAPS because it's very fast. It was the fastest. By then, there was no car for it. Even today, these Verpas, I'm not scared of them. They can come any day, any time, any stretch of road.
While the Verpas make their way to this gentleman's den, we got a chance to view the whole club's collection parked outside.